Hey, gamers and sports fans. I think today we're here to discuss something really, really cool and that has a great and happy ending. So, we always on the internet like to talk about women's rights. However, today I think we're going to do a 180 and talk about women's wrongs. And that is, of course, in reference to the Kingsman situation with the Marvel Rivals drama currently going on. And I just think that this one is it has a very happy ending in my opinion. And I think this is going to be somewhat of a turning point for the way these types of situations are handled online. And we'll discuss that, of course. Um, I'm Terrible Shoes. Please hit the like and subscribe button. This is my thought dump channel, and we're just going to have a little talk about this. Nothing super in depth. So I want to just say first off, this is coming completely from an outsider to this type of space and an outsider to this game. I am not a fan of Marvel Rivals in any capacity or really hero shooters at all anymore. I think they're incredibly boring. It's my personal opinion, by the way. I don't have any hate for anyone who likes these games because I think that every game, like somebody, there's a game for everybody out there, and I don't think there's anything wrong with liking these live service games or liking games like Marvel Rivals, or Overwatch or really anything of that sort. But I digress. That's just my opinion, throwing that out there. So, long story short, Kingsman was in a very big prize pool tournament. He was drafted by a load of female streamers and players. I know CC was one of them, and Zaza, whatever BS, is another one. And I could care less about the other ones that were involved because they are pretty much the two main antagonists of this, in my opinion. And it's just crazy to me that they thought they were going to get away with this. So my man came in. He was drafted by this team. He is a incredibly good Magic player. Literally, like top. Like if I remember correctly, he was like top 100 in the world. I could be wrong on that, by the way, but he's definitely up there. And I've actually seen his gameplay after this whole situation because it actually intrigued me to go watch his videos. And he seems like a really cool guy, and he's really good at what he does. So basically, he comes on the team, and you have all these female streamers who refuse to cooperate. They're there for the vibes, and they're not taking it seriously. They lied directly to everyone involved, saying that they apparently didn't know $40,000 was on the line. It's complete bullshit, and everyone knows that. There's literal video of CC saying, "Oh, I know there's a big $40,000 Marvel Rivals tournament coming up, and you gotta watch me playing it." And then you watch her play like an utter baboon, an utter moron, literally getting no assists and nothing but deaths. She practically wasn't even there because her gameplay was so atrocious. And keep in mind, the VODs for most of this stuff is still available online for anyone to watch if if you're on the fence about it and who to side with. All of their VODs are available both on YouTube and other websites as well. So, long story short, this woman, she's complaining about this guy. He pretty much comes in and he's like, "Listen, we're losing. I need this money to pay for college, and I think you should change over to this character. In fact, I will even change characters to help out with your character." And what did they all do? They made fun of him. They called him broke. They called him stupid. And they pretty much called him a misogynist and all these other BS buzzwords that people would naturally fall for. And again, this is where the situation. This is what we're going to really talk about, the meat here. And essentially, these women thought that by throwing buzzwords and calling him rude names like a cocksucker and a loser and an incel and a degenerate, they thought that everyone on the internet was going to rally behind them because previously in the past, anytime a female streamer displays absolutely horrid behavior, she is always has excuses made for her. And I would actually go to say most women on the internet, whenever it is discovered how horrible what they're doing is, Twitch, the game developers, YouTube, well, not X anymore, but when it was Twitter, and pretty much any media platform out there will literally do insane legwork to make it like, oh, well, even though she did this, it's totally not her fault, and you need to look the other way, or else you're an evil man, misogynist piece of shit. And it's just, it was very frustrating because you couldn't even have an opinion on these types of things. Another great example of this was Nadia from Call of Duty a couple of years ago, where she was blatantly cheating. And even when she got called out for cheating, even Activision came out to defend her. It's complete fucking bullshit. And it blows my mind that even a gaming company is so stupid that they can look at what's happening right in front of them and still turn their nose the other way and go, well, she's a woman, so why should I give a shit? You should give a shit, because letting women get away with this kind of stuff encourages other women to attempt to get away with it. I just don't get it. Why are people so unbelievably afraid to call these things out? And it's been this way for years, for almost a decade at this point, at least in my opinion, because you can't say anything bad about women in gaming, or else you're labeled an absolutely awful and horrid person. Um, that's again, that's a little brief history, at least my personal view of history of this, because I've seen this happen time and time again between Pokimane and Valkyrie and all these other women streamers who they display awful behavior. They get a minor tap on the wrist, not even a slap. I wouldn't even go that far as to say that, a slap on the wrist, a tap on the wrist by the company. And then a day or two later, they get unbanned. And then Twitch is like, if you guys think anything bad about them, well, you're an evil misogynist. Sorry, gamer fans. The tank was a little low of gamer juice, so I needed to go get some more and refuel up. So as I was saying, essentially, for years and years and years, you couldn't say anything negative about a woman in gaming, or a female developers, or really anything female related in the gaming space. And now I'm actually utterly flabbergasted by how this situation ended. And I know that sounds crazy, because I actually fully expected the Marvel rival devs to heel turn, do a 180, and ban Kingsman and blame him for everything, like we have seen time and time again. However, sorry, just swallowing all the gamer juice, getting myself real hyped up here. But basically, they did the polar opposite. And I think this shocked everyone, honestly, because I still see people, this happened a couple days ago, and I still see people talking about this today. Essentially, they not only sided with him, they apologized to him, gave him credits to buy skins for the character he played as, and completely banned the women who did this to him. And it blows my mind. These women went on a massive social media smear campaign, then used AI to write an apology, which is crazy to me. Like, and another, I hate to go here, but another leftist loser, who constantly has the shittiest ideology known to man, and they're using AI, something that they would shit all over anyone else. I mean, if Kingsman fucking used AI for anything, these women would be using that as a fucking metal bat against his reputation. But of course, I digress. They used AI to write an apology. It was dog shit, and now her reputation and all their reputations are completely ruined, and their careers are over, and I don't think it could be more deserved. It's actually crazy to me that this happened this way. Again, I fully expected the developers of this game to blame him, blame toxic masculinity, and then move on, but that's not what happened. However, I am going to throw one other thing in there. I do not 100% believe it was handled correctly, because we need to call out toxic women in gaming and loser women in gaming who seek to not actually play games, but destroy them and make them completely gynocentric, basically. And these are the types of women front and center right here that are making this guy's life hell because he got a little assertive because he was, wanted money. Like, you have to be stupid. You have to be stupid. $40,000 on the fucking line and you don't want to play to win? Like, hello? Are you fucking dumb? Actually, they answered that question already. They are fucking dumb. Anyway, I think that this is a fantastic step in the right direction. I really wish Kingsman the best. Like I said, I watched a little bit of his gameplay, and I think he's really good at what he does, and I think he could be huge. He can be massive, and all this situation did, the situation that was meant to ruin his life and career, has essentially kickstarted it, and I think that's really great for him. I wish him the best of luck, and I'm very, very happy for him. We got the pup coming up to say hi as always. But there's not much else to say here. I think this is a great step in the right direction, and I am really hoping that the next time a female streamer attempts this, because let's be very real and honest here, they will. They will attempt this. Another woman will attempt this in the future, and I wish more people were not as afraid to speak up about this because you love to see it. You really just love to see it. That's all I have to say today. Hit the like and subscribe button. I talk about a lot of random stuff. It's the heater in my house going off, if anyone's wondering what that noise is. If the mic's even picking it up, it might not be. But that's really it. Thanks for listening to me today. I'll see you in the next one.